सर हमने
सर
जिंक
प्लांट
के
फॉर
बारे में पढ़ा था।
हाँ रितु।
सर प्लांट fossils we were studying about, you were telling about cycas.
Yes, because cycas is considered as a living fossil, and we have started to study general characteristic features of gymnosperm. So, am I audible and visible?
यस सर।
Okay.
Yes sir.
So, as far as विंडो दिख रही, विंडो में प्रेजेंटेशन दिख रहा है.
Yes, sir.
यस सर।
Okay. So, as far as your this semester syllabus considered, we are going to study gymnosperm, which is very important group in between pteridophyte and angiosperm. So remember, once upon a time, pteridophytes were predominant. In the latter period, when the climate of our planet is comparatively cold, gymnosperms were predominant, and that was the period of about 250 million years ago. That is Triassic and Jurassic period. But in the successive period, due to various developmental changes, climate of our planet is going to become warm, and this warm climate is suitable for angiosperms. And that's why we observe that angiosperm is predominant flora, today's predominant flora, and in the course of evolution, they acquire certain important advanced characteristic features. So our attempt was to go through few important characteristic features of gymnosperms. I have already told you that there are about 12 different important orders, and out of these different orders, many more orders are are extinct orders. Few of them are totally extinct or only available in the fossil form, and only few, that is less than 1000 genera, less than 1000 species of gymnosperms are available now. क्या स्क्रीन दिख रहा है अभी?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
हाँ. So on screen you can observe that gymnosperm includes 12 main families and 83 genera, which contain more than 1000 known species. So we are known with just 1000 species. So there are different subclasses. Out of these different subclasses, subclass Cycadidae, subclass Gingoidae, subclass Netoidae, and subclass Pinidae, these are the important classes. And besides that, there is another important group, which is extinct group, that is entirely members of this group are available only in the fossil form. And these fossil form individuals like members of order Benititales, Itmanitacines, Pentoxylales, and Czechoslovakians. So these are the different groups or overall scenario of gymnosperm, which are extinct and presently available scenario. Now, besides this, we have studied many more characteristic features of gymnosperm in the previous lecture. And as a representative of this group, Cycas, Pinus, and Netum were considered as a representative. Cycas is considered as a living fossil. Pinus is a plant of high altitude, cold climatic conditions, which has a leaves. These are needle shaped. So, by using 3 or 4 important genera, I have introduced you to this new group, that is group of gymnosperms. Now, next to this, few of the important are like Cedrus, that is Cedrus deodara, Araucaria, which is commonly known as a Christmas tree, Zamia and Microzamia. These are comparatively smaller in height, gymnosperms which are smaller in height. Then Thuja, Ephedra, and Velvetsia. So these are the different important genera of this group. Now, I have already told you that some of the Cycadophylicales, Benititales, Chorditales, they become fossil or they are available only in the fossil. So gymnosperm is a group of small plants comparatively small with 70 genera and about 725 to 1000 species. And these are distributed in temperate and tropical regions. मेरी आवाज आ रही? हेलो?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, इसके पहले मैंने टेलीग्राम ग्रुप पर कुछ बुक्स और जिम्नोस्पर्म का मटेरियल शेयर किया था. Simultaneously, you go through one of the book by S. Chand publication, that is by BP Pandey, and this book will be useful for you also, not up to greater extent, but up to certain limit. So gymnosperms are supposed to be originated in the Paleozoic era, that is 550 million years ago to 250 million years ago. And period of 250 million years ago was a golden period for gymnosperms. They were dominant in Jurassic and Cretaceous period of the Mesozoic era. और अभी जो era शुरू है, that is the Cenozoic era. So ठीक है, this thing also we have studied. So this one is regarding geological time scale. Then I have deliberately shown you different characteristic features of morphology of the Pinus, Cycas and other important gymnosperms which you have studied during graduation. That is how association of mycorrhiza with the coralloid root of Cycas and other gymnosperm is observed. Why gymnosperms are slow growing? So these features are known to you. Now, whenever we are going to study the gymnosperm, we should be known with interesting characteristic features of gymnosperm, which include presence of dimorphic leaf, that is scaly and foliage leaf, presence of two different types of reproductive structure, that is a cone, male and female cone. So these structures should be known to you. तो अभी मेरा प्रयास जो है वो सिर्फ यही तक सीमित है कि you should be well acquainted with this group. So you can observe here leaves in case of cycas. This is the central portion. So these are the needle-like leaves in case of a pinus. Then circinate venation in case of a fern. Then different sections, that is anatomical sections of a leaflet of cycas, you can observe here. The cross section of leaf palisade and spongy parenchyma tissue are observed here. So this one is the area of vascular bundle or vascular tissue. This one is the leaflet, specifically area of a rachis, central portion. You can observe here well-developed transfusion tissue and well-developed vascular tissue also. Then next one, very important, that is root diarch to polyarch. Di means two, poly means many. Presence of tanniniferous cells in cortex. So remember, these are the interesting characteristic features of gymnosperm. I'm not going to again go in the details because I have just now shared this same presentation on your Telegram group. You can go through it and enlist the important characteristic feature. But still now I have to give you idea regarding some important characteristic features, specifically classification and trends in between gymnosperm, characteristic feature in between pteridophyte, characteristic features in between gymnosperm and pteridophyte, and characteristic feature in between gymnosperm and angiosperm. That I am going to discuss. क्या मैंने गिंगो के बारे में लास्ट लेक्चर में कुछ बताया था? हेलो, गिंगो शुरू किया था हमने?
यस सर.
तो आपने मुझे बीच का बताया, अभी मुझे ध्यान में आया कि हमने गिंगो स्टार्ट किया था. ओके, ठीक है. सो this one is a spermatophyta, a group of flower and seed producing plant which is divided into gymnosperm and angiosperm. And in the broad sense, gymnosperm, that is astigmatic, divided into cycadales, nettles and coniferous. So these are the various classifications proposed by workers during that time. Now I think there is no need to explain much more regarding the classification, but you should be well aware with at least certain characteristic features. Now, these are the interesting features. The roots are diarch to polyarch. Di means two, presence of two vascular bundles or many vascular bundle or vascular tissues. In stem, well-developed vascular system is present from vascular bundle. Vascular bundles are open, endarched and arranged in a ring. Vascular bundles जो है ring like manner में arranged है. Secondary growth takes place in gymnosperm and there is a formation of annual ring. And again, interesting characteristic feature, because in case of angiosperm in monocot, secondary growth is supposed to be absent due to absence of cambium itself. And if secondary growth is present in case of monocot, it is known as abnormal secondary growth. So remember, secondary growth is present in case of gymnosperm. Xylem composed of tracheids and border pits with xylem parenchyma. I have already explained to you regarding nature of simple and complex tissue. Simple tissue जो है normally एक ही type of cells से बनते हैं, such as parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Complex tissues जो है, for example, xylem and phloem. So sometimes xylem composed of tracheids, vessels, etc. and even xylem parenchyma. But in case of gymnosperm, vessels are absent. Secondary wood is of two types, that is monoxylic, or it is porous or loose due to presence of large amount of parenchyma and broad medullary rays. ये चीजें हम बार बार बाद में जब एनाटॉमी सीखेंगे तब आएंगे. Bordered pits may be uniseriate or multiseriate. Like pteridophyte, in wood xylem vessels fibers are absent, that is nittles में खास करके. Phloem composed of sieve tube and phloem parenchyma, companion cells are completely absent. So remember the distinguished feature between gymnosperm and angiosperm vegetative body is absence of companion cells and absence of vessels from xylem. Even sometimes sieve tubes are also absent. Leaves are characterized by presence of thick cuticle and sunken stomata. Leaves dimorphic है, two type के है, that is scaly and foliage. Foliage leaf में sunken or stomata present in the deep pits. Mesophyll tissue may be differentiated into palisade tissue and spongy parenchyma. That is, cycas or remain undifferentiated in case of a pinus and cedrus. Lateral veins are absent in most of the gymnosperm, so the translocation of nutrient takes place with the help of transfusion tissue. So transfusion tissue is playing very important role. So these are the internal structures of gymnosperm. Now the very interesting and important, that is reproductive structure. जैसे हम जानते हैं कि in case of angiosperm the reproductive structures are androecium and gynoecium, which are part and parcel or present inside the flower. वैसे ही in case of reproduction in case of gymnosperm, it may take some time by vegetative method or even by asexual method or most of time by sexual methods. I think you might be known on the cycas, bulbils are present and these bulbils can grow into independent plant. So vegetative reproduction takes place by reproduction takes place by vegetative and sexual method. Vegetative reproduction takes place by formation of bulbils or adventitious buds which develop on the stem in the axil of a scaly leaves. Example अभी यहाँ मैंने आपको बताया था साइकस का. साइकस के बॉडी पर जो बुलबिल्स रहते हैं मोदकाच्या आकाराचे साधारणपणे, you just remove them from body and plant it. After some period it can grow into independent plant body. Gymnosperms are heterosporous. Hetero means different, that they show presence of both the type of spores. Sexual reproduction oogamous type, that is presence of gynoecium or female reproductive structure and male reproductive structure. In living gymnosperm, reproductive structures are arranged in the form of strobilus or core. थोड़ा सा ध्यान में रखो. आप लोग सुन रहे हैं?
Yes, sir.
मैं थोड़ा फास्ट जा रहा हूँ. I know that I am going much faster because I have taken this part earlier. simultaneously, but I am going to repeat it because this is the base of entire paper. So and the same is shared to you, so you can go through it and remember at least some characteristic feature. Usually the cone are monosporangiate. Mono means single, sporangiate, that is spore, so these are unisexual. But in certain members like Ephedra bisporangiata, cones are bisexual. Cones has been reported, bisexual cones has been reported. अब फीमेल कोन के बारे में, फीमेल कोन इज एग्रीगेशन ऑफ अ मेगास्पोरोफिल. जस्ट अ मिनट, मैं आपको चाहे तो दिखाता हूं. जस्ट अ मिनट. फीमेल कोन इन साइकस. इमेज दिख रहे हैं? हेलो.
Yes,
हाँ.
sir.
So now you can observe this one is a female cone in case of a cycas. This one is also a female cone in case of a cycas. This one is also a female cone in case of cycas. But remember this elongated, these are the male cone in case of a cycas. अगर आप enlarged image देखना चाहते हैं तो you can observe. Just a minute. So you can observe such a type of male cone. So these are microsporophyll, and we can go through female cone in case of cycas. Just a minute. Yeah, megasporophyll in case of cycas. Megasporophyll in case of cycas. So you can observe it here. So this is a portion of a central portion of a plant. These are the leaves, and toward the apex such a type of megasporophylls are developed. You can observe it here. These are the seeds or naked ovules in case of cycas. These are female cone. You get it? Even you can observe megasporophyll in case of pinus. Diagram देख रहे हैं आप लोग? Hello? Yes.
Yes,
so
sir.
you can observe the megasporophyll in case of this is microsporophyll. So these are spore sacs, and this one is a central axis, and large number of microspores are present in case of a pinus. Now besides this, my megasporophyll के जगह मैं थोड़ा सा change करता हूँ. That is 2D. A minute. You can observe this one. It is a woody, and it is second to third year megasporophyll or female cone, and it can expand like this one. So these are the cone, female cone in case of a gymnosperm. The next one, presentation दिख रहा है? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Pollination. हमने मेल कोन के बारे में देखा था, फीमेल कोन के बारे में देखा था, and now we are going to study pollination. Now, as far as pollination considered a very important phenomenon, that is for reproduction in case of majority of the plant, reproduction is possible only because of pollination. So pollination is a transfer of pollen or male gamete from parent plant up to female gamete. So microspores or male gametes are liberated in various stages of development of male gametophyte, but they are liberated at 3-celled stage in cycas. ये बात ध्यान में रखना जरूरी है. साइकस में वो 3-cell stage पे liberate होता है. 4-cell stage in case of pinus and 5-cell stage in case of ephedra. मतलब there may be 3, 4 or 5-cell stage. Except in cycas and ephedra, male gametes are non-motile. ध्यान में रखो. In case of cycas and ephedra, they are non-motile. Except in cycas and ephedra, the male gametes are non-motile. Pollination is anemophilous. Anemon का मतलब है wind pollination. और अगर किसी किसी चीज को विंड पॉलिनेट होना है, किसी पोलन को विंड पॉलिनेट होना है, इट शुड बी smaller or it should be micro and it should be lighter in a weight and it may have sometime winged pollen grains. Pollen grains come in direct contact with ovule. They are deposited in the pollen chamber where they germinate. Fertilization, it is siphonogamous. Siphon means hollow tube. That is takes place with the help of a pollen tube. Water is not essential for fertilization. लेकिन ध्यान में रखो बहुत सारे एंजियोस्पर्म्स में, even in case of bryophyte, even in case of majority of the pteridophyte, they require presence of water. But in case of some of the gymnosperm, at least water is not essential. And oospore is formed after fusion of male and female gamete, and name itself indicates it is a female. So oospore is formed. Now the important embryo, आपके लिए embryological details देखना जरूरी है. इसके पहले आपने सिर्फ male and female reproductive structures देखे थे, लेकिन now it is important to go through embryological details also. Development of embryo is meroblastic. Mero, that is from the only part of the zygote develops into embryo. Only zygote develops होता है, बाकी part नहीं. That is called as meroblastic. There are free nuclear division in early stages of development of embryo. अब हर चीज के लिए, हर characteristic feature के लिए कुछ न कुछ exceptions है. So exceptions in case of Netum and Welwitschia. Later it gets differentiated into upper hostorial, middle suspensoral and basal embryonal cells. मतलब upper, middle and lower. और lower जो है that is embryonal and it is normally round or rounded. Polarity is endoscopic with the shoot and directed away from micropyle. शायद आपको पता है female gamete जो है it has a micropyle region, chalical region, so directed away from the micropyle. Polyembryony is observed in some members of gymnosperm. Poly का मतलब है many, that is the formation of many embryo. So polyembryony observed in case of Pinus. Several embryos develop due to fertilization of more than one egg or by division of a zygote, that is cleavage polyembryony. But only one embryo attain maturity. मतलब बहुत सारे embryo अगर develop हुए तो from these different embryos only one embryo is mature. The true fruit like that of angiosperm is absent in gymnosperm. Angiosperm और gymnosperms में सबसे बड़ा difference अगर कुछ है तो that is regarding the fruit. True fruit, that is seeds enclosed within the ovary wall or mature ovary is called as a fruit in case of angiosperm. While in gymnosperm, true fruit is absent. It is because of absence of ovary many times. The ovules after embryo formation turn into seed. Integument of the ovule act as a seed coat. Integuments जो है, covering जो है, envelope जो है, it acts as a seed coat. Number of cotyledons varies in different. In some cases 2, in some cases many. They become green while still enclosed within the seed. Seeds represent generation. अब ये characteristic features के बाकी details आप पढ़कर भी देख सकते. अब मेरे लिए जो जरूरी है that is affinities and relationship. Affinity का मतलब ही है relationship. यानी कौन सा जनरा कौन से जनरा से related है. मैं एक सिंपल एग्जांपल बताता हूं. हम बोलते हैं कि ये मेरे क्लोज रिलेटिव है, हम बोलते हैं कि ये मेरे दूर के रिश्तेदार है. सो दिस इज जस्ट ए फीचर, दैट मीन्स क्लोज एफिनिटीज एंड सम रेयर एफिनिटीज. नाहीतर तुम्ही म्हणता सख्खा भाऊ चुलत भाऊ वगैरे वगैरे एंड दैट लाइक दैट. सो यू शुड बी नोन विथ एफिनिटीज एज वेल एज रिलेशनशिप ऑफ जिम्नोस्पर्म. अब whenever we are going to study the relationship, so on one hand relationship with the pteridophyte and on another hand relationship with angiosperms are important. Up till now we have studied the characteristic features of gymnosperm. अभी हमें रिलेटेड ग्रुप से इनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स देखना है. So resemblance or similarities with pteridophyte. Resemblance का मतलब resemble करना मतलब कि similarities किंवा सारखेपणा. So what are the similarities with pteridophyte? Sporophytic independent plant body present in both the groups. Both मतलब pteridophyte and gymnosperm. It is differentiated into root, stem and leaf. ये दोनों में सिमिलैरिटी है. नेक्स्ट देखते हैं. Sporophyte possess well developed vascular tissue. Xylem lack vessels and phloem companion cells. हमने जनरल कैरेक्टर ये देखा था. Young leaves show circinate vernation. हमने वेनेशन देखा था साइकस में. Toward the apex it is coiling and which is known as circinate vernation. Presence of megaphylous leaf. Mega means larger, phyla means leaf. Larger leaf. साइकस में आपने देखे होंगे fronds more than 6 to 8 feet even in a length. Then gymnosperm and few pteridophytes, that is Selaginella, are heterosporous. आपने देखा है Selaginella heterosporous है. आपने इक्विसेटम देखा था होमोस्पोरस था. आपने मार्सिलिया देखा था हेटेरोस्पोरस था. So Selaginella are heterosporous, that is from micro and megaspores in micro and megasporangia, born on the micro and megasporophylls respectively. In cycas, sporangia are grouped in sori like pteridophytes. Sori, sorus का मतलब ही है the sac like structure inside which spores are present. Female sex organ in Archegonium is both the group. मतलब pteridophyte में भी archegonia है, gymnosperm में भी archegonia है. Male gametes of cycas and gingo are motile like pteridophytes. Permanent retention of megaspore within the megasporangium. So you can go through these different, about 20 different characteristic features which are like pteridophytes. अब हमें देखना है what is the difference between pteridophyte and gymnosperm. Gymnosperm occur in xerophytic habitat, have a taproot system, eustilic organization. U means advanced. Secondary growth is present in gymnosperm. Stems are aerial. Only microspores are shed from microsporangia. Seeds are present. Presence of free nuclear division in earlier stages of development. So these are certain characteristic feature differences between gymnosperm and pteridophytes. Just a minute. Then next one, that is pteridophyte. They are hygrophytes. Hygro, that is the water, grow in moist and shady places. इसीलिए हम pteridophyte को कहते थे amphibians of kingdom Platy. They possess adventitious roots. Usually underground rhizomes are present. Both micro and megaspores are shed from sporangia. Pollen tube is absent in all heterosporous pteridophyte. In Archegonium, neck canal cell, neck cell is present. Ovule is absent. Water essential for fertilization. Gametophyte is green and autotrophic. So these are the certain features of pteridophyte. अब हमें देखना है, देखो मैंने पहले ही बताया था कि once upon a time pteridosperm and pteridophytes were predominant. They are followed by gymnosperm. Later on, gymnosperm become extinct and now angiosperms are predominant. In the next successive feature, after millions of years ago, angiosperm will also disappear and place will be taken by another group. ऐसे हालात में हमें while studying the gymnosperm, we have to go through characteristic features and similarities with angiosperm and pteridophyte also. अभी हम देखते हैं similarities with angiosperm. Main plant body is sporophytic and differentiated into root, stem and leaf. दोनों में भी. Plants are tree or shrub and may be erect or climbing. दोनों में भी. Root system is well developed and root may be diarch, triarch, tetrarch or polyarch. Arch का मतलब है central portion या radius line. Diarch means दो ही है. Triarch means तीन है. Polyarch means many है. Xylem is exarch in roots. Protoxylem elements toward the periphery. PPX बोलते हैं exarch condition. Stem is eustilic. Stele means central portion, or in other terms area enclosed by endodermis and pericycle. शायद आप लोगों को पता होगा, अगर आपने किसी स्टेम का सेक्शन लिया तो आउटर मोस्ट एपिडर्मिस फॉलोड बाय कॉर्टेक्स, उसके बाद सेंटर में पिन, और कई बार कैम्बियम कई बार कॉर्टेक्स और पिन, इन दोनों के बीच में या इनमें से किसी में vascular bundles are available and present, and they show presence of xylem and phloem. Fascials and companion cells also occur in some gymnosperm. Nucellus is surrounded by integument to form a structure called as an ovule. Formation of a seed from ovule, formation of endosperm, embryogeny is endoscopic. Life cycle is similar in both the groups. So these are certain similarities in between gymnosperm and angiosperm. Now, difference between gymnosperm and angiosperm. Plants are mostly woody trees. Unisexual, may be monoecious or dioecious. Majority of the gymnosperms are perennial, rarely reproduced by vegetative means or modes or methods. जैसे हमने देखा था कि in case of a cycas, bulbils develop होते हैं. Fascials in xylem element and companion cells in phloem are completely absent. Cones are present. Double fertilization is absent. Endosperm is haploid in case of gymnosperm, while triploid in case of angiosperm. Fruit formation is absent in case of gymnosperm. So these are certain differences. Angiosperm के बारे में अभी आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. क्या मेरी आवाज आप लोग सुन रहे हैं? हेलो.
Yes, sir.
मैं थोड़ा फास्ट ले रहा हूँ because this topic is a general topic and no need to waste much time, but you should be well aware. I am repeatedly taking this. So next one, that is evolutionary significance of gymnosperm. What is the significance? Evolution में one group जब दूसरे को dominate कर रहा था, one group extinct हो रहा था, दूसरे group के starting हो रहा था, ऐसे हालात में what is its significance? उसका significance क्या है? Gymnosperms are most ancient seed plants that originate during the late Paleozoic, that is 290 to 540 million years ago. मैंने आपको बताया कि period of about 250 to 300 million year ago is the best period for gymnosperm or golden period of a gymnosperm era. But flourishing well during the Mesozoic era. Paleozoic में शुरुआत हुई लेकिन flourish हुए Mesozoic में. Their long evolutionary history is full of diverse lines of evolution. यानी long history जो है about 250 million years ago, इसमें कुछ important landmarks भी है. Neuropteris, Lyginopteris are some of the examples of such a plants. शायद आप लोगों ने नाम सुना होगा Lyginopteris oldhamia, which is one of the fossil which is linked in between gymnosperm and pteridophytes. There are some examples of such a plants. They are fern-like general appearance and foliage, but possess the primitive type of seed. These fossil seeds or ferns are evidences of origin of gymnosperm from an ancient stock of fern-like individuals. During the course of evolution, seed habitat and large number of just a minute. During the course of evolution, the seed habitat and number of morphological adaptations were necessary. That is secondary wood formation, seizure system, organized origin of the leaf, then development of pollen grain, ovule and seed. First of all, seed plants are heterosporous, that is produces two types of spores, megaspores and microspores. Hence, it is assumed that ancestor of male plants are heterosporous. अब next evolutionary point देखो, development of pollen is evolutionary significance because sperm is protected within a pollen. Pollens are able to travel by wind. It allows plant to use several recombinations over long distance. Development of seed is also evolutionary. मैंने last lecture में आपको example दिया था कि papaya is unisexual and large number of plants or majority of the plants are female plants. But in case of a papaya, some of the male plants, the female plants are सॉरी सम ऑफ द मेल प्लांट्स आर अवेलेबल। और अगर मेल प्लांट देखोगे तो 2-3 किलोमीटर में एक भी अगर मेल प्लांट है तो इट इज अगेन वेल एंड गुड। सो एज फार एज gymnosperms considered, in most of gymnosperms such a type of smaller pollen grains and larger plants are observed on the counter. Evolutionary significance of seed is related to plant capability of distant colonization. Distant म्हणजे दूर, colonization म्हणजे एकत्र येणे, and to protection of embryo. Seed contain embryo can be carried by wind, water, animal and germinate in different environments. लेकिन आपको पता होगा normally gymnosperms are slow growing plants. This fact contributes to exploitation of variety of ecological niches and for the diversity of plant species. Seed in addition protects embryo against the external aggregation, and they also provide germination under more adequate conditions inside the seed. These features contribute to evolutionary significance of gymnosperm. So this one is regarding with जनरल फीचर्स ऑफ जिम्नोस्पर्म जो आपको मेरे हिसाब से जरूरी थी. So I have discussed with most of the general features of gymnosperm. I again repeat few important character. Gymnosperms are slow growing. They are mostly available on the high altitude, that is eastern and western Himalayan foothills. Then most of gymnosperm members are available in the fossilized form. Gymnosperms such as ginkgo and cycas are known as a living fossil because they are available in fossilized as well as living form. Then interestingly, leaves in case of gymnosperm are dimorphic, that is scaly and foliage. Xylem shows absence of vessels and phloem shows absence of companion cells. Then pollen grains discharged at the 2, 3 or 5 celled stage in case of gymnosperm. Then interestingly, pollen grains shows presence of even wing-like structure or winged pollen grains observed. Entire plant body shows xerophytic characteristic feature. So these are the important characteristic features of gymnosperm. You get it? Hello? क्या
Yes, sir.
बार बार मैंने जो प्लांट्स और इनके जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर बताए इसके ऊपर थोड़ा ध्यान रखो क्योंकि दीज आर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स ऑफ अ ग्रुप. ओके, अभी इसके बाद मैंने लास्ट टाइम आपको बताया था कि हमें गिंगो स्टार्ट करना है. एक 5 मिनट का ब्रेक ले लेते और वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द गिंगो. ठीक है? हेलो?
Yes, sir.
मैं 5 मिनट का ब्रेक ले रहा हूँ. उसके बीच आपको एक वीडियो दिखाता हूँ. जस्ट अ मिनट. एक वीडियो लगाता हूँ. आप ये पोलन शॉवर का इमेज देख रहे. अगर वीडियो अवेलेबल है तो एक 5 मिनट में वीडियो देख लो. जस्ट अ मिनट. आखिरी वाली जो स्लाइड है वो आखिरी वाले स्लाइड में मैंने कुछ वीडियो लिंक्स दिए हैं. आप खुद इन वीडियो लिंक्स को कॉपी करके वीडियो आप भी देख सकते हैं. जस्ट मिनट, मैं एक वीडियो देखता हूँ क्या है. हाँ, एक 2-3 मिनट के लिए देख लो. क्या आवाज आ रही?
No, sir.
No, sir.
हेलो हेलो, मेरी आवाज आ
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I have already told you that at the end of our presentation, the last slide which shows presence of third party link and certain YouTube videos, you can go through it. मैंने सिर्फ आपको एक कंबाइन वाला जो था उसको दिखाया था, शायद आपको आवाज नहीं आ रही थी. Now we are going to start with our earlier part, that is nothing but part related to Gingo, that is from the Gingoids, and we are going to study the Gingo in relation to distribution, nomenclature, why it is called as a living fossil, what are its morphological and anatomical features, and what are its economic importances. So just I'm going to start it with some interesting part. Just a minute. So as far as ginkgo considered, the name itself is Ginkgo biloba, and this ginkgo genera, which is distributed in the part of China, part of Japan, part of Ceylon or Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, etc. So you can observe here a body of a plant, and this body of a plant, which is huge tree, you can observe it here. It is a tree type of habitat, or you can observe like this. So Ginkgo biloba is profusely branched tree. कैसा है तो it is branched tree. So you should be well aware with its habit and habitat. Just a minute. It is the oldest living seed plant. यानी remember an interesting characteristic teacher regarding the ginkgo is it is oldest living seed plant. It is cultivated for its edible seeds in some part of China and Japan. Now, as far as seed of ginkgo considered, it has a value as a food, a value as a medicine, and many more properties, and that's why it is cultivated on the large scale in China and Japan. Though Chamberlain 1935 mentioned that it is a doubtful whether ginkgo exists today in the wild state. 1935 को चेम्बरलिन ने पूछा था, या चेम्बरलिन बोल रहा था कि मुझे डाउट है कि वाइल्ड में ginkgo अवेलेबल है करके. But Sparme in 1965 has started clearly about ginkgo biloba that if it occurs naturally anywhere, it is restricted to small and relatively inaccessible region in South China. मतलब स्वामी ने बताया कि अगर कहाँ प्रेजेंट है तो वेरी स्मॉल रीजन में, साउथ चाइना में, इनएक्सेसिबल जोन, इनएक्सेसिबल रीजन में. Lee in 1956 however mentioned certain evidences that ginkgo still exists in the wild state in southeast China along the northwest border of Zhejiang and southeastern Anhui. In China and Japan, it grows as a sacred tree in temple and gardens. It is cultivated in United States as a shade tree. It is also successfully cultivated in some gardens of Europe, America and India. मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम दिखाया था इंडियन बोटेनिकल गार्डन जो है लखनऊ की, नेशनल बोटेनिकल गार्डन, वहां दिखाया था. So this is a tree. Then nomenclature. Why it is known as ginkgo? Ginkgo. Its pronunciation is different and it is spelled in a different way. Ginkgo. Ginkgo. The name ginkgo first proposed in 1690 by Campeper, a European botanist, and the same name was adopted by Linnaeus in 1771. किसी प्लांट के बोटेनिकल नाम का अगर इश्यू है तो हम हमेशा the best source supposed to be Linnaeus. Linnaeus ने क्या किया था देखते हैं. So prior to Linnaeus, that is about 50 years prior to 70-80 years prior to Linnaeus, Campeper has given the name ginkgo to this plant. Due to frequently notched character of fan-shaped leaves, leaves कैसे fan-shaped है और उसको notches होते हैं, frequently notching होने के वजह से it has been given the name biloba. Remember, some people may say biloba. Biloba nahi, it is a biloba. To the species was, however, proposed by Linnaeus in 1771. According to Mooley 1944, Thomen 1949, correct spelling should be Ginkyo, Ginkyo. Lee 1906, however, used the advocated for word ginkgo and opinion that maiden hair tree has been designated correctly as a ginkgo and certainly will be known as such a forever. It is called as a maiden hair tree. In fact, tree was formerly known as Salisburia adiantifolia. शायद मैंने लास्ट टाइम आपको एडियंटम फॉर्म दिखाया था, एडियंटम के लीफ या फ्रॉन्ड और गिंगो के लीफ या फ्रॉन्ड which looks like, and so it is known as Salisburia adiantifolia. But later the name was changed to ginkgo biloba. Now जैसे हम बोलते थे कि साइकस लिविंग फॉसिल है, in the same way ginkgo is also living fossil. Ginkgo is known to have occurred in rocks as old as the Triassic or even much earlier. Jurassic, Triassic के rock में मिलने लगा. Fossil of its leaves has been identified in Permian and probably also in the Carboniferous period. हमेशा हम कोई एरा या किसी पीरियड के बारे में बोलते हैं. That is geological time scale. You should be well aware with geological time scale. मैंने पहले बताया, पहला प्री कैम्ब्रियन पीरियड था, उसके बाद पैलियोजोइक पीरियड था, उसके बाद मेसोजोइक था, उसके बाद हम सीनोजोइक बोलते हैं. It is therefore referred as a living fossil by botanists, or it may also be referred as the oldest living seed plant. थोड़ा सा ध्यान में रखो कि ancient time में भी available था और आज भी available है, and that's why it is known and available in the fossil form. That's why it is known as a living fossil. In the words of Professor A.C. Seward of University of Cambridge, Ginkgo biloba is an assemblage of characters, a heritage from world of an age too remote for our human intelligence to grasp, a tree which has in its keeping the secret of an immemorable past. मतलब खूप जुन्या किंवा अतिशय जुन्या असणाऱ्या. Just a minute, I'm trying to translate it. Just a minute. ट्रान्सलेशन में क्या दिखाता है देखो. परिवर्तनाचा एक संग्रह, एक युगातील जगाचा वारसा जो आपल्या मानवी बुद्धिमत्तेला समजण्यास फार दूरचा आहे, ज्यात अफाट भूतकाळाची रहस्य आहेत. That means this plant shows large number of characteristic features which are present in the past, and so it is known as a living fossil. अब हमें देखना है what is the morphological features of ginkgo. हमने पहले देखा था प्लांट की फिगर बहुत बड़ा टॉल ट्री है, ब्रांचेस है, लीफ है, लेकिन जनरल कैरेक्टर में हमने देखा था कि देयर आर डार्क ब्रांचेस एंड देयर आर लॉन्ग ब्रांचेस. प्लांट बॉडी ऑफ गिंगो बाइलोबा इज स्पोरोफाइटिक. स्पोरोफाइट का मतलब है डिप्लॉयड, एंड स्पोरोफाइट रिजेंबल्स सेवरल कोनिफेरल्स एंड इन जनरल हैबिटेट. These trees have pronounced excurrent habit of growth and attain height up to 30 meter. 30 meter मतलब समझ लो करीबन 90 प्लस फीट हाइट हो गई, या 100 फीट की करीबन. A very irregular pattern of branching is shown by ginkgo tree. Irregular pattern of branching. Branches are dimorphic. Di means two. That bear long shoot which are unlimited growth, and scattered leaves and dark shoots which are short branched with limited growth. So dark branches and long branches are observed. Long shoot elongate rapidly, sometimes as much as 50 centimeter in a year. Dark shoot grows rather slowly. Dark shoot of 2 to 3 centimeter length may be several years old. Sometimes there is no clear-cut distinction between both type of shoot, and the dark shoot may convert it into long shoot, while the latter may sometimes convert into dark shoot for a year or two and then revert back into long shoot. Matlab there are two types of shoot, that is long shoot and short shoot. Many times dark shoot may be converted to long shoot and vice versa. Foliage leaves present on the long shoot. Foliage leaves जो है long shoot पर है. They are deeply lobed, while those on the dark shoot are not so deeply lobed, and sometimes more or less entire. अब यहाँ फिगर बताई, हम फिगर बाद में देखते. Bayerhost is of the opinion that differences in the growth pattern and long and dark shoot may be due to quantity of oxygen produced in apical meristem. Remember, हमेशा अलग अलग प्लांट में अलग अलग ग्रोथ रेगुलेटिंग सब्सटेंसेस या हार्मोन्स प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. So in apical axis of this auxins produced, they are responsible for differences in growth pattern of long and dark shoots. अब हमें यहाँ देखना है that is plant body. So you just observe this is a shoot bearing deeply lobed leaves, means it is a long. आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं कि deep notch है, यहाँ भी देख सकते हैं कि जैसे आपको लगेगा कि ये दो अलग अलग है, यहाँ देख सकते हैं. So it is a long shoot on which deeply lobed leaves are available, and you can observe here these are the dark shoot. छोटे खुजे shoots आहेत जिथं फारसा लोब व्यवस्थित दिसत नाहीत, डिफरन्शिएट होत नाहीत. So such a type of dark and long shoots are observed. तुम्हाला इथं लक्षात येईल dark म्हणजे खुजा. So dark shoot. Ginkgo biloba possesses a long taproot system. Roots are extensively branched and penetrate deep into the soil. मतलब हमारे highly developed angiosperm जैसे इनके भी roots जो है taproot है and they are growing long. The foliage leaves are simple, large, petiolate and wedge-shaped or fan-shaped with expanded apex and narrow base. They resemble in maiden hair fern, that is adiantum, and by this they can be distinguished among the gymnosperm in general. The leaves are bilobed, and hence the name biloba was suggested to the species by Carl Linnaeus, 1771. However, leaves with many lobes are also present invariably on the tree. मतलब एक से ज्यादा लोब आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 8 से भी ज्यादा लोब है यहाँ. और this one is a simple. They may be pale yellow or golden yellow or dark green in color. Typically, dichotomous type of venation is observed in case of a leaf. Dichotomous, di means two, फिर इससे two, फिर इसमें से अलग अलग two, ऐसा. So that is called as a dichotomous venation. Foliar epidermis also exhibits some distinguishable characters in Ginkgo biloba. Distinguishable character म्हणजे एकमेकापासून स्पष्ट ओळखणारे characters. Epidermal cells are rectangular or over the veins, while polygonal in outline in between the veins. In between veins polygonal है. Poly means many, म्हणजे षटकोन, सप्तकोन, अष्टकोन वगैरह. And rectangle, rectangle का मतलब है isodiametric. Leaves are hypostomatic. Hypo means below, stomatic stomata that bear stomata only on the lower surface of a leaf. Epistomatic and hypostomatic. यहाँ hypostomatic है. Next देखते हैं. Canis and Carstens, however, observe few stomata on the upper surface of the leaves on long shoot, thus making them epistomatic. यानी हाइपोस्टोमेटिक होते हैं, एपिस्टोमेटिक होते हैं और कुछ प्लांट्स आर एम्पिस्टोमेटिक. एम्पी मींस बोथ. Stomata remain surrounded by 4 to 6 subsidiary cells with finger-like outgrowths overreaching the guard cell. मतलब आपके ध्यान में आएगा 4 से 6 subsidiary cells है. The stomata are surrounded by subsidiary cells और stoma are surrounded by subsidiary cells. अब हमारे लिए जो जरूरी है that is anatomy. As far as anatomy of ginkgo considered, in transverse section, roots are somewhat circular in outline. Mature roots are surrounded by phylogeny and suberized cells of cortex. Large portion of the young root is occupied by multi-layered, मतलब many-layered, thin-walled cortex which contain several tannin-filled cells. शायद आपको पता होगा, tannins are compounds of glucosidal nature and they are present in many more different plant and their parts, and they are also used for medicinal purposes. Large portion of the young root is occupied by multi-layered thin-walled cortex which contains several tannin-filled cells and calcium oxalate crystals. शायद धोप्याच्या पानामध्ये कॅल्शियम ऑक्झॅलेट क्रिस्टल्स असतात, तुम्हाला माहिती असेल. Mucilage canals are also prominently visible. Mucilage canal है, so this one is mucilage canal, this one is mucilage canal, this one is mucilage canal, and you can observe the portion of young stem of Ginkgo biloba. मैं आपके लिए थोड़ा enlarge कर रहा हूँ Ginkgo biloba का stem, आप यहाँ देख लीजिए. So this one is mucilage canal, 1 2 3 mucilage canal आप देख रहे हैं. सुबेराइज्ड सेल्स, सुबेरिन जिस पर है ऐसा सुबेराइन कॉर्टेक्स। इसके बाद these are large number of tannin filled cells, these are the parenchyma cells and you can observe, मैंने अभी अभी आपको बताया था कि area enclosed by endodermis and pericycle is known as stele. So you can observe here pericycle, endodermis, protoxylem and metaxylem elements. Proto means primitive or smaller elements and meta means larger elements, profusely developed elements, and these are the phloem elements. So such a type of stem portion observed in case of ginkgo. Root portion. In young root, layer of endodermis and unilayered pericycle are clear. Mature root, however, lacks such a distinction. Mature में ऐसा distinction नहीं मिलता. Diarch condition is clearly visible in young roots. Xylem is exarch. मैंने बताया था protoxylem toward the periphery. It remains separated by phloem strands. Sometimes roots are also showing triarch condition. मतलब 3 rows में है. Then stem. Young stem is more or less circular in outline and remains surrounded by a single layer thickly cuticularized epidermis. That means cuticle वाली epidermis है. Made up of brick shaped cells. ब्रिक शेप्ड वीट बघितली असेल तर आयसोडायमेट्रिक असते, म्हणजे थिकनेस सगळीकडे सारखा. सच अ टाइप ऑफ ब्रिक शेप्ड सेल्स. इपिडर्मिस इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय पेरिडर्म इन द ओल्डर स्टेम. इपिडर्मिस को रिप्लेस किया जाता है बाय मींस ऑफ अ पेरिडर्म, इपिडर्मिस. तो दिस वन इज द पोर्शन ऑफ stem. You can observe here 1, 2 and many mucilage canals. These are the vascular bundles, 2 vascular bundles. These are phloem, cambium, xylem, etc. Inner to the epidermal layer is present well-marked region of parenchymatous cortex. It contains mucilaginous canal, spiraphites, rhaphides and spiraphites, and many tannin-filled cells. Cortex is comparatively less extensive in long shoots than dwarf shoots. Endodermis and pericycles are not well marked in long shoots. Several conjoint, collateral, open and endarched vascular bundles are arranged in a ring. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
कोई बता सकता है ओपन वैस्कुलर बंडल कब बोलते हैं? When we call any vascular bundle is open.
When cambium is present.
Yes, cambium
Present.
is present. And if cambium is absent, then it is called as a closed type of vascular bundle. 2 leaf traces for each leaf are given out. जैसे मैंने last time आपको साइकस और पपैया के leaf traces दिखाए थे. After the onset of secondary growth, vascular cylinder of stem becomes enlarged. Siphonostyly, siphono means मध्ये गॅप असतो किंवा पीठ असते, siphonostyly, with no parenchyma in the wood except that of uniseriate medullary rays are present. Uniseriate medullary rays are present. Protoxylem has spiral thickening. Protoxylem को spiral thickening है. While bordered pits are present on the radial wall of the metaxylem tracheids. अब what is trachid, what is xylem, what is phloem, ये आपको इस साल शायद बीएससी सेकंड ईयर में आपने आरएलएस टीएलएस लेके देखा होगा. नहीं तो इसके जब आप सेक्शन लेंगे तो आपको बॉर्डर पिट्स क्या है, जाइलम क्या है, फ्लोएम क्या है, इसका पता चलेगा. मैं डायग्रामेटिकली फिर भी आपको दिखाता हूँ. Sieve tubes and phloem parenchyma consists of phloem, narrow pith containing mucilage canal and spiraphites is present in the center of long shoot, while in dot shoot pith is comparatively more extensive. Secondary growth in stem. Cork cambium cut periderm toward the outer side and secondary cortex toward the inner side. Periderm replaces the epidermis and mucilage canals are absent. आपको थोड़ा सा डायग्राम दिखाता हूं. Just a minute. आप थोड़ा सा अभी देख सकते, ऊपर देख लो, सबसे ऊपर सुबेराइज्ड सेल्स, उसके नीचे कॉर्क कैम्बियम, उसके अंदर ये पूरे स्पिरेपेड से भरा हुआ कॉर्टेक्स का जोन, कुछ टैनिन से फील्ड सेल्स से। दिस वन इज अ प्राइमरी जाइलम। प्राइमरी जाइलम एलिमेंट्स देखेंगे तो कॉम्पैक्ट लगते हैं। उसके नीचे सेकेंडरी फ्लोएम, उसके नीचे आप देखेंगे फिर से कैम्बियम, फिर सेकेंडरी जाइलम, फिर मीडुलरी रेज, फिर प्राइमरी जाइलम. So such a type of complicated structures are observed, and toward the pith again spirapides are available. Single ring of cambium remains active throughout and cuts secondary phloem toward the outer side and secondary xylem toward the inner side. Crushed patches of primary phloem toward the outer side and primary xylem toward the inner side are present. Secondary phloem consists of sieve tube and phloem parenchyma. Secondary xylem consists of tracheids, and well-defined annual rings are also observed or seen. Remember, इन चीजों को अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए आपको RLS, TLS अलग अलग सेक्शन लेके ये सभी देखना पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू अंडरस्टैंड ओनली थ्योरेटिकली. लेकिन मैं आपको कुछ डायग्राम्स दिखाने वाला हूँ. Study of tangential longitudinal section of long and dark shoot that uniseriate medullary rays are 1 to 3 cell in a long shoot, while 1 to 15 cell height in a dark shoot. मतलब dark shoot में ज्यादा है. 1 or 2 row of border pits are present. चलो हम देखते हैं यहाँ. Ginkgo biloba TLS long shoot showing. Long shoot और TLS that is transverse longitudinal section, मतलब it is transverse to longitudinal axis, TLS. So you can observe it here. So these are the bordered pits. आप यहाँ bordered pits और arrangement of tracheids कैसे है देख सकते हैं. Even you can observe here Ginkgo biloba TLS dark shoot showing uniseriate medullary rays. Single रो में medullary rays है, और यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं more than one connected है. यहाँ आपको देखने को मिलेगा uniseriate है, it is uniseriate. Ginkgo biloba longitudinal section of a mature wood showing pitting and bars of sanio. ये जो लाइन जैसे दिख रहे हैं, these are called as a bars of sanio, and these are called as a bordered pits. Border है जिसको ऐसे pits. Then leaf. Layer of epidermis present on upper as well as lower side of a leaf. मतलब upper epidermis भी है, lower epidermis भी है. Epidermis is thickly cuticularized, मतलब it has a thick cuticularization or thick cuticle is present, and consists of rectangular to polygonal cells. Cells कैसे है? Polygonal to rectangle. Haplochilic type of stomata. Haplo का मतलब है small. Chilic, that is restricted. Haplochilic stomata are present. Restricted only to lower epidermis are present. Canis and custans, however, reported some stomata on the upper epidermis of the leaves on long shoot and male plants only. इसके बाद देखो, mesophyll is present between the two epidermal layers. इसके पहले हमने देखा था epidermis के बाद mesophyll cells, फिर spongy layer और फिर vascular tissue दिखता है. So mesophyll is present between two epidermal layers. It is not well defined into palisade and spongy. देखो, this is a primitive genera, and hence there is no distinction between palisade and spongy layers. Leaves of long shoot, however, shows a distinct palisade region. Many mucilage canals or secretory canals and few tannin fields cells are also present in the mesophyll. कुछ tannin field cells जो है, these are also available. Now you can observe it here. Ginkgo biloba transverse section of a young leaf modified from Chamberlain 1935. ये mucilage है. This one is a vascular bundle. You can observe stomata or stoma present on the lower epidermis. उसके बाद ये lower epidermis वाला पूरा area है. This one is a mesophyll which is not differentiated into spongy and palisade layers. Vascular bundles of Fane have an indistinct massage structure. Indistinct massage structure है vascular bundles को, आपको यहाँ दिखने को मिलेगा. Surrounded by sclerenchymatous bundle. यहाँ दिख रहा है sclerenchymatous cell, sclerenchymatous bundle sheath in mature leaves. उसके बाद petiole. Petiole remains covered by layer of thickly cuticularized epidermis, the continuity of which is broken by stomata. Inner to the epidermis are present in few hypodermal layers. Hypo means below, derma means skin layer. Few mucilage canal tannin-filled cells and spheropods are irregularly distributed in the cortex. इसका मतलब है चाहे वो रूट हो, चाहे वो लीफ हो, चाहे वो स्टेम हो, spheropods or crystals, then tannin-filled cells are common. फिगर बताया 10.15. Detailed structure of vascular bundle is shown in figure 10.16. It remains surrounded by sclerenchymatous bundles. आप यहाँ देख लो अभी. This is the gingo biloba petiole. Petiole का section है. आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं. So these are the tannin-filled cells as well as these are spheropods. Spheropod है. These are mucilage cells है. This one is epidermis, then hypodermis. These are mucilage cells. These are the bundle cells. Bundle sheath है actually, जिसको हम बोलते हैं endodermis and pericycle. Phloem, stomata. So this one is gingo biloba and petiole. अब इसके बाद हम देखते हैं गिंगो बाइलोबा वैस्कुलर बंडल ऑफ petiole. Petiole का वैस्कुलर बंडल अलग किया. कैल्शियम ऑक्सैलेट क्रिस्टल्स मींस स्फेरोपोड्स. स्क्लेरेंकाइमा बंडल शीथ. स्क्लेरेंकाइमा जो अटैचमेंट देता है, मैकेनिकल सपोर्ट देता है, और उसके नीचे जाइलम एंड फ्लोएम. सो यू कैन ऑब्जर्व सच अ टाइप ऑफ वैस्कुलर बंडल्स. उसके बाद रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ गिंगो. अभी हमने सभी वेजिटेटिव स्ट्रक्चर देखे, अभी हमें देखना है रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर. गिंगो बाइलोबा इज अ डायोसियस. दैट इज male and female plants are however difficult to be differentiated when young है तो इनको differentiate करना difficult है. According to Lee 1954, sex in gingo is determined by sex chromosome XY in male and XX in female. हम जिसको heterogametic sex बोलते हैं. Reproductive bodies of gingo are most primitive among the living seed plants except some cycadids. Cycadids छोड़े तो सब में different है. अब मेल स्ट्रॉबिलस. Male or microsporangiate fructifications or strobilus develop into catkin-like cluster on the dark shoot of male tree. मतलब मेल कहाँ आता है? डार्क शूट पर. Each male strobilus contains several microsporophyll arranged closely on central axis. Large number of microsporophyll आपने जैसे साइकस में देखे थे वैसा ही स्ट्रक्चर है. Each microsporophyll has a long stalk terminating into hump or knob. Narrow end में terminate होता है. It contains two pendant microsporangia. Pendant म्हणजे लोंबकावणारे दोन microsporangia. According to some worker, this terminal knob represent abortive sporangium. Mucilage duct is present in the knob. Rarely more than two sporangia are present in microsporophyll. Each sporangium is tubular structure surrounded by many layers. Outermost layer of sporangial tissue differentiated into tapetum. Sporangium cells of sporangium undergoes reduction division, form many haploid microspores. Walnaik 1976 has studied the ultrastructure of microspore mother cells. Then development of microsporangium. So you can observe such a type of microsporangium developed from single archisporial cell. एक से दो, दो से चार, चार से आठ, और ऐसे माइक्रोस्पोरेंजियम बनता है. Similarly, megasporangium or female strobilus. Female strobilus develop into group of axil of leaves on the scaly leaves. Just a minute. Just a minute. Male strobilus of gingo. So now you can observe here, this is a dark shoot. On this dark shoot, such a type of large number of microsporangia and microsporophylls are ऑब्जर्व। आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं माइक्रोस्पोरोफिल, ब्रैक्ट है, पिटियोला है, ब्रैक्टियोलर ब्लास्ट है, मेरोब्लास्ट है, एंड दीज आर माइक्रोस्पोरोफिल्स। या इसी का मैं जो बोल रहा था कि लोब लाइक दो है, so you can observe it like this, गिंगो बाइलोबा। so this one is the interesting structure that is in case of गिंगो बाइलोबा। ठीक है, हम दूसरा भी देख लेते हैं, that is फीमेल। फीमेल से डायरेक्टली इट विल गोइंग टू प्रोड्यूस फाइनली सीड। आप देख सकते हैं साइकस के है ये झैमिया के है, और दिस वन इज फीमेल फ्रूट इन केस ऑफ अ गिंगो। सो गैमेटोफाइट इन केस ऑफ अ गिंगो, मतलब मेल गैमेटोफाइट, अगर गैमेटोफाइट है तो इट इज हैप्लॉइड इन नेचर। Major aspect of development of male gametophyte of Ginkgo biloba are similar to that of Pinus. Male gametophytes start develop in situ. In situ मतलब जैसा है वैसे प्लांट में, within the sporangium में। Friedman studied the growth and development of male gametophyte of Ginkgo biloba using three-dimensional computer reconstruction. Pollen germination starts with diffuse swelling of tube cell. Tube cell become very elaborate with proximal unbranched tube and much branched hostodial system. Microspore is the first cell of male gametophyte. Each microspore is a rounded structure having their intine and thickening thick exine layer. तो ये स्ट्रक्चर्स और इनके बारे में हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में देखते हैं, क्योंकि मेरे पास अभी एक्सप्लेनेशन के लिए डायग्राम नहीं है, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ हम इकोनॉमिक इंपॉर्टेंस की तरफ जाते हैं। हमारा सिर्फ रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर बचता है। Ginkgo biloba tree is treated as a sacred plant in China and Japan, worshipped by the people. It is regarded as a holy tree. Holy म्हणजे आपण म्हणतो पवित्र. Buddhist monks and nuns because of its tall, strong and majestic appearance. It is grown as ornamental plant in garden in several countries. बहुत सारे कंट्रीज में गार्डन प्लांट या ऑर्नामेंटल प्लांट करके लगाया जाता है। इन ऑटम ग्रीन लीव्स टर्न येलो, शोइंग ए मैग्निफिसेंट ऑटम सीनरी। मैंने आपको कल प्रीवियस लेक्चर में उसका एक ये दिखाया था, फोटोग्राफ दिखाए थे, पूरे येलो प्लांट दिख रहे थे। एंडोस्पर्म ऑन इट्स रोस्टेड सीड इज एडिबल। एंडोस्पर्म जो है इंटरनल सीड का, वो एडिबल है। After the outer skin of its apricot-like seed is peeled off or decayed, kernel is lifted, called as white fruit. Ginkgo is therefore also known as white fruit tree. मैं थोड़ा सा बताता हूँ, बहुत बार गिंगो के सीड्स के जो अंडर कर्नेल्स है, these are used for various purposes. So benefits of Ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba or maiden hair is ट्री नेटिव ऑफ चाइना।
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही? जस्ट मिनट, एक मिनट। क्या आवाज आ रही क्या नहीं?
सर आ रही है।
हाँ जस्ट मिनट,
आ रही है।
अरे अभी मैं थोड़ा सा फास्ट ले रहा हूँ, क्योंकि अभी हम एंड कर रहे हैं, हमें रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर तक का ही देखना था। नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में हम रिप्रोडक्टिव देखेंगे, लेकिन यू शुड बी इंट्रोड्यूस टू बेनिफिट्स ऑफ गिंगो। सो गिंगो बाइलोबा और मेडन हेयर ट्री इज नेटिव टू चाइना because of its only surviving member of ancient order of a plant. It is sometimes referred to as a living fossil. While its leaves and seeds are often used in traditional Chinese and Japanese medicine, modern research primarily focused on ginkgo extract, which is made from the leaves. Ginkgo supplements are associated several health claims and uses, most of which focus on brain function and blood circulation. थोड़ा ध्यान में रखो, किसी चीज का मेडिसिनल यूज है तो उसके डिसएडवांटेजेस भी रहने के चांसेस है। अभी हम पहला देख लेते हैं कि व्हाट आर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स ऑफ गिंगो। फर्स्ट वन, इट कंटेन्स पावरफुल एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स। एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स के बारे में आपको पता होगा, अगर एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स है तो एजिंग कम हो जाता है। गिंगो कंटेन पोटेंट एंटीऑक्सीडेंट व्हिच फाइट द damaging effect of free radical and may be behind most of its health claims। शायद आपको पता होगा पुराने जमाने में राजा रजवाड़े जो थे वो बहुत सारा एंटीऑक्सीडेंट वाले मटेरियल यूटिलाइज करते थे, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे आर healthy for long time, young or youth like from long time. So supposed to be gingo has also such a type of properties. Then it can help in fight inflammation. Inflammation का मतलब है सूज येणे, आणि सूज आल्यानंतर त्याच्या अगेन्स्ट फाइट करायला it is useful. Some specific condition in which gingo extract has shown reduced inflammation during arthritis, irritable bowel disease, cancer, heart disease, and stroke. While this data is encouraging, human studies are needed before drawing concrete conclusion about gingo. Gingo has ability to reduce inflammation caused by various conditions. This may be one of the reasons it's such a broad health applications. लेकिन ध्यान में रखो ये प्लांट थ्रू आउट द वर्ल्ड नहीं है, सिर्फ चाइना, जापान, बर्मा, श्रीलंका इतने ही एरिया में रिस्ट्रिक्टेड है। इट इम्प्रूव सर्कुलेशन एंड हार्ट हेल्थ। अब बहुत सारे प्लांट्स आपको मालूम होगा, जैसे कि अर्जुन सागरा है या टर्मिनालिया अर्जुना है, कम्युनिटी के मेंबर्स है, उनको हार्ट टॉनिक करके यूज करते हैं। In traditional Chinese medicine, gingo seeds were used to open channels of energy to different organ systems, including kidney, liver, brain, and lungs. Gingo can increase blood flow by promoting dilation of blood vessels. This may have applications for treatment of disease related to poor circulation. Then reduction in symptoms of psychiatric disorders and dementia. Psychiatric disorder or and dementia में भी काम आता है, specifically the disease like Alzheimer's disease. It cannot be concluded that gingo treat Alzheimer and other forms of dementia, but it might help in some cases. Improve brain function and well-being. This is also interesting feature. Some research shows that gingo may improve mental performance in healthy people, but the data is inconsistent. Can reduces anxiety, anxiety म्हणजे nausea, anxiety वगैरे. Can treat depression, depression वरती treat केलं जाऊ शकतं. Can support vision and eye health. Some early research shows that supplementing with gingo may increases blood flow to the eye but not necessarily improve the vision. More research is needed. Can treat headache and migraines. Can improve asthma and COPD systems. So gingo is very useful for curing different EMS symptoms and COPD diseases also. It is even treated in sexual dysfunctioning, and that's why gingo is very important. Gingo may improve symptom of sexual dysfunctioning due to its impact on blood flow. However, research has not proved it to be effective. शायद आपको पता होगा किसी चीज को आप लेते हैं तो उसको डिसएडवांटेज या साइड इफेक्ट्स भी होते हैं. सो पोटेंशियल साइड इफेक्ट्स. It's important to talk to your doctor before including gingo in your routine. Possible side effects like nausea, diarrhea, dizziness, headache, stomach pain, rash, and allergic symptoms and reactions. Possible adverse medication interaction include blood thinners, SSRIs, MAOIs, antidepressants, NSAIDs, etc. So collectively, we can say that as with any supplement, it is important to consult your doctor before taking Ginkgo biloba and stop use it if you develop any negative side effect or adverse medication effect. So with this, I would like to stop here. Just a minute. आप लोग सुन रहे हैं सभी?
Yes, sir.
हेलो। आज प्रेजेंट कौन है? ताहिराम है, स्वप्निल, स्नेहल, शिवानी, शाजिया, संपदा, रितु, रश्मि, प्रतीक्षा, नैना, मेघा, कुणाल, हर्षदा, उसके बाद गायत्री, दीपाली, अनिका। ठीक है, तो करीबन मैक्सिमम लोग आज प्रेजेंट है। 2-3 नए लोगों में से कौन कौन प्रेजेंट था? एक सावरकर है,
Yes, sir.
सावरकर
Yes, sir. Yes.
और गबने, गबने गबने है क्या? कटरे,
Yes,
कटरे,
sir.
कटरे अवेलेबल है?
वो सब
Yes,
absent है वो।
sir.
अच्छा, तो इन लोगों को मैंने लिंक भेजी है, नहीं तो कटरे और गबने के जिसी के पास नंबर होंगे उनको कम से कम अपनी टेलीग्राम ग्रुप की लिंक भेज दो। मंडे शाम तक आपका 3 जो नए लोग हैं उनका क्लियर हो जाएगा। ठीक है, उनको गूगल क्लासरूम में ऐड किया जाएगा। बाकी सभी लोगों के लिए मैंने अपने टेलीग्राम ग्रुप पर आज का जो प्रेजेंटेशन था वो प्रेजेंटेशन मैंने सेंड किया है। यू कैन डाउनलोड इट एंड यूज आल्सो। जस्ट मिनट, हम देखते हैं जिम्नोस्पर्म का प्रेजेंटेशन। यस, जिम्नोस्पर्म का प्रेजेंटेशन मैंने डाला है, आपको डाउनलोड करके देख लो। बचा हुआ पार्ट हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में देखते। अभी मुझे सक्सेसिव क्लासेस रेगुलर होंगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। एक तो बाहर के मीटिंग थे तो मुझे जाना पड़ा, इसलिए गुरुवार को आपके क्लासेस नहीं कंडक्ट कर पाया। और कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो आप लोग मुझे कभी भी पूछ सकते हैं। दीपाली,
Yes, sir.
कुछ प्रॉब्लम है?
नहीं सर।
ओके, गायत्री,
नो सर।
ओके ठीक है। हो सकता है थोड़ा सा फास्ट होगा, लेकिन मैं सभी नोट्स आपसे शेयर कर रहा हूँ, उसको एक बार देख लो और कुछ पता यानी प्रॉब्लम है तो मुझे पूछ लो। सो विथ दिस, थैंक यू वेरी मच। क्लासरूम लीव कर दो, मीटिंग लीव कर दो। गुरुवार के नेक्स्ट सक्सेसिव लेक्चर में हम देखते हैं। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू।